All right, this video is going to be a sample of what I'm going to call hands-on Spanish. All you need for this is index cards. So if you don't have them yet, it might be time to go get these. I'm going to have to get some more, I figure. But to get the ball rolling, let's see how this is a thing that I've done for myself. I did it recently with a couple things in Japanese, and I have to say that when you do it by hand, it does something. You know, when you write something for yourself in your notebook, it's like having written it, the language having come through your hand onto the paper through a pen does something in terms of sort of writing the language into your brain. I think that putting sentences together with cards, which we're about to do right here, has a similar effect. The psychologist Carl Jung said sometimes the hands are able to figure out something that the intellect struggles with. I think this is the case. And what we mean by struggling intellectually is because you know how sometimes people say, I struggle putting sentences together. I've been studying Spanish for a long time, but I'm struggling to put sentences together. We're going to put sentences together by hand. Okay? Here's how you do it. You grab that card. I'm going to make all of my cards the same size roughly. So all cards are going to be half size cards. Nah, you know what? They're going to be quarter size cards. Okay? And every time we build a card, so they're all going to line up, I'll have a little clip, like one of these. Don't mind my shirt. At the end of the day, you're going to have one of these. This situation. Pop that up, stands on your desk like that, and you grab it, and this is your Spanish. Well, you'll be able to hold Spanish between two fingers. Pull the clip off, go, okay, we're going to have another round. You could teach someone this. You could have someone teach you that, like you could turn around and like if you have a family member who's just starting high school Spanish or something like that, sit down at the kitchen table and move the cards around. Okay, so I've got what, four now, four hands-on Spanish cards. Okay, and where do you want to start? What do you want to say? You're really free to say anything. Let's start somewhere in the middle. You know how the beginning of Spanish is always like, learn the alphabet. It's like, that's not really the beginning. No one learned a language like from scratch, starting with the alphabet. You knew English before you learned the English alphabet. So what's the true beginning? The true beginning is the thing that you want to say right now, believe it or not. So what if we said, me gustaría? Say it with me. Oh, I should be writing in front of the camera. Here we go. Me gustaría is going to be my first card. Okay? Now, me gustaría translates to I would like to do something. Okay? Now, that's not beginner Spanish, the way things typically go. Why? Well, because your textbook is going to say, present tense is me gustaría is conditional tense, and that's in chapter 47. We're not, but no, it doesn't work. Actually, it doesn't work that way. Me gustaría is just as good as anything. So now we have that block. Me gustaría, what would you like to do? I would like to learn Spanish. So how do you say learn? Aprender. Okay? We already have something. Actually, that's a complete sentence. I would like to learn. Learn what? Spanish, whatever. But I would like to learn is a complete sentence. So we already have a complete sentence there. How do you say I would like to learn? Me gustaría aprender. Let's say Spanish. Me gustaría aprender español. Right? Me gustaría aprender español. All right? Now, at some point, you're going to want to say because XYZ, which is, I keep forgetting to write it in front of the thing. I'll get the hang of this, okay? Porque is because, okay? Now, notice there are no options. There are several options. The options are gonna. I would like to learn Spanish. I would like to learn Italian. I'd like to learn Spanish because I want to travel to X. Those options are going to multiply the things that you can say by mixing and matching the blocks. But what I'm saying is that there are no options on the individual card itself. So we take for granted that me gustaría is a thing. Most teachers are going to come on classes and after they're going to come along and they're going to say, oh, is it me gustaría or is it something else? They're going to give you options that don't work, and your job is to figure out the thing that works. That's not how we do it. This works. Your only option is, do you want to maybe switch out Spanish for Italian? Right? If you want to jump ahead and cut up another card and write Italiano, Catalan, Hebrew, Hebreo, you're welcome to. All right. So I'd like to learn Spanish because, porque me gustaría aprender español, because I would like to travel to Spain or travel to some place. All right. 4 new cards. How do you say to travel? Well, to travel is viajar. Okay? So the language learning game has 3 parts to it. There's 3 levels of puzzle. Okay? This is level 1 of the puzzle. We'll talk about 2 and 3 soon. Level 1 of the puzzle is this. Okay? It's figuring out how the language works on paper. Okay? It's like figuring out how the pieces move in chess. You bring me this new board game and you say, oh, this is called chess. Oh, chess. I've never seen chess. How does it work? Well, this piece moves this way. This moves this way. That doesn't work that way. Okay, I'm figuring out the way the pieces move. That's the first level of language learning. Later, we're going to get into, what does it feel like to actually play a game of chess, where I'm actually trying to impose something and respond and everything. Conversation, the back and forth. That's level 2. Okay? Level 1, what goes with what? Imagine that these are magnet, like there's something magnetic here. So for example, if I tried to say, I would like Spanish, the magnet doesn't work. It's like, me gustaría español doesn't really work. I would like Spanish. What do you mean? It repels, okay? But me gustaría aprender, like a magnet, it attracts. Those work. I don't know the sound effect of them. I can't. Me gustaría aprender. That works. Is it magnetic to say me gustaría aprender español? Yes, it is. Now, mentally, it's going to be magnetic because you're going to say me gustaría aprender español. It all not only doesn't just fall into place, it magnetically snaps into place. Okay, so me gustaría aprender español because porque. Okay, now let's see if it's a magnetic to say me gustaría viajar. You think it is? Yep, it is. Me gustaría viajar. Okay, it's magnetic in English too. I would like to learn Spanish because I would like to travel to. Same exact deal. Okay, so what if we said I would like to travel to Hold on, my computer went into screensaver. Back with you? Back with you. Jumped into screensaver. All right. Where's the place that you want to travel to? Mexico. España, Spain. Colombia. Argentina. XYZ. Forgot to write it in the camera again. We'll do a triple word score here, okay? Why not? You could say any one of those things, okay? So can you say, I'd like to learn Spanish because I'd like to travel to Mexico? That's a pretty good statement. I can't say that in Hebrew. Imagine if I could say that in Japanese all of a sudden. So, I'd like to travel, I'd like to learn Japanese because I'd really like to travel to Japan. You just said that in Japanese? How long have you been studying Japanese? Well, that's the first thing I learned to say. How is that the first thing you learned to say? That's impossible. You can't say that. It takes years to say that. Or you could just say, no, I learned to say that. That's how my Japanese, hands-on Japanese set is looking, okay? Notice, and this is important, notice that we didn't create another card for me gustaría. Why? Because that would be a waste. Be wasting paper. Okay. Now this is going to do something for your brain cells because you don't have to use another, brain cell to store me gustaría. You only need me gustaría once. And once you have me gustaría, you don't need another me gustaría. Okay. Imagine your brain cells are paper and you get it. You're writing on the, okay? You only need one. We don't need two. Okay, so me gustaría aprender español porque me gustaría viajar a Mexico. Okay? Choose something here that is true enough for you. Maybe I don't really want to travel to Spain or something, but make that your answer just for fun. That's right. Just humor me, or maybe it is very true. So in my case, I'd like to learn Spanish because I would like to travel to Spain. Okay. Me gustaría aprender español porque me gustaría viajar a España. All right. If we take a fresh card here and say, te gustaría. Te gustaría is you would like to. Okay. Now, a second ago, we had a statement, right? Me gustaría aprender español porque me gustaría viajar a México o España. Okay. We can turn the statement. I always say a statement is one, right? Two this is the 1, 2, 3 method. Okay. 2 is a yes/no question. So any statement can be turned into a yes/no question. Any statement can be turned into a yes/no question. I have a pair of scissors. That's a statement. Do you have a pair of scissors? That's a yes/no question. Okay. Turning the statement into the yes/no question is just a matter of switching out me gustaría for te gustaría. Okay. So now you ask me, Tony, would you like to learn Spanish? Okay. ¿Te gustaría aprender español? And I'll say, sí, me gustaría aprender español. Say, would you like to learn Spanish because you would like to travel to Mexico? Is that the reason? Okay, so try that out with me. Say, te gustaría aprender español porque te gustaría vivir. Let me take that again. Te gustaría aprender español porque te gustaría viajar a España. The ball's in my court. Now we're actually playing the chess. Okay. And I'll tell you C. I'll make a card for C at some point, okay? Me gustaría aprender español porque me gustaría viajar a España, okay? That's my statement, right? Statement and question. The whole conversation is right here, okay? Now, final thing for this module, this sample section, if you say ¿por qué? Like a big question, say it with me. ¿Por qué? Why? Yeah? ¿Por qué? Why? It's not a yes/no question. It's not, is this true or not true? Yes or no. Is this why you want to learn? No, it's why. It's open. It's so three. That's one, two, three. Statement. Yes/no question. Open-ended question. Open-ended question. Why would you like to learn Spanish? Okay. So how does that fit into the puzzle here? Well, you take the yes/no question, which was ¿Te gustaría aprender español? ¿Por qué? Da da da. And put ¿por qué? On it. Okay. Ask why would you like to learn Spanish? And now let's just forget the rest for a second here. Just say why would you like to learn Spanish, Tony? ¿Por qué te gustaría aprender español? ¿Por qué te gustaría aprender español? Okay. So if I asked you ¿por qué te gustaría aprender español? Your answer, come back to one, could be, well, I would like to learn Spanish because I'd like to travel to Argentina. All right. So with no further ado, my question for you, OPI question, the speaking test where you're in the hot seat and the time to figure out how to say this has passed. Now it's survival mode. Now you have 1 second to answer. ¿Por qué te gustaría aprender español? Hopefully you've got the blocks built into the mental paper, okay? And you can mix and match. That's how you know that you know. That's what speaking a language, that's what fluent in a language means, or speaking, knowing, whatever you want to call it, is when you can mix and match on the fly, just like we're doing manually here, all right? So, ¿por qué te gustaría aprender español? You say, me gustaría aprender español porque me gustaría viajar a Mexico. All right. So that's the intro to hands-on Spanish. And I wanted to test the angles and test the flow here and also see what you think. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cards, right? It's 8 cards because we're not making duplicates. If we made duplicates for every specific thing we wanted to say, you'd have a lot more cards. So we're looking to be efficient in terms of how we use paper, because that is a direct representation of being efficient in terms of how we use memory. Okay? That's hands-on Spanish. Let me know what you think. I'm thinking about doing a full course on this, but I want to make sure everyone's going to be like, I'll play along. I'll actually do this. I'll get into Dad's cars and do this. All right. Hasta luego. Ciao.